The nation wants food, work and homes. It wants a high and rising standard of living. Security for all against a rainy day. Friends, that's a quote from the 1945 Labour Manifesto, written in the shadow of death, destruction and debt caused by years of war. It was a manifesto of hope, written at a time when our debt to GDP was 270%, nearly 3 times higher than it is now. No mention of cuts, no mention of austerity, and certainly no mention of making everyday people pay. Labour knew then that to make Britain more equal, they had to act and think differently. They knew to make it count and to make a real difference, Labour could not simply be better managers, they had to make lasting change. They promised jobs, they promised homes, and they built a national health service on the back of crisis. There wasn't a story of tightening belts or making some of the poorest in our society pay. Friends, people simply do not understand. I do not understand how our new Labour government can cut the winter fuel allowance for pensioners and leave the super-rich untouched. This is not what people voted for. It's the wrong decision and it needs to be reversed.
We were absolutely delighted at the election result earlier this year, bringing to an end 14 years of a destructive and corrupt Conservative government. But for our members, the important work that the government, a Labour government, has begun has been overshadowed by the winter fuel cut. The CWU has been inundated with emails and calls from our retired members worried about choosing between heating and eating. Experts are warning that this could increase the risk of illness or even death for vulnerable people this winter. In the last 10 years, billionaires, UK billionaires, have increased their wealth by 400 billion, over 400 billion. We should be taxing them, Conference, not taking away a lifeline for vulnerable people. Conference, we can rebuild our public services, we can invest in our industries and we can protect our pensioners. But we need to make the right, tough choices. Support this composite motion and support the economy for a new economy for settlement for this country. Thank you.
Composite 15, an economy for the future. Can I see all those in favour? Thank you. And all those against? That was carried. I don't want to move to a card vote. The advice I've been given is that it was carried. I don't want to explain the Electoral College situation to you, but that was carried on the basis of the rules of the party.